Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we are going to build a new kind of unstable stable to house our horses. However, much like the sea is unstable, sometimes the team is unstable. Now, I'm not talking about the Hermitcraft team, I'm talking about, well, I kind of am. Maybe we're not even a team, we're just a bunch. But anyway, I heard that somebody put a bunch of stuff in the ocean over here, and like, the sea is always changing, so that's okay. But I've gotten so many messages saying, Joe, have you seen what Mumbo did to the ocean? Are you freaking out? I'm kind of like, well, let's go see what Mumbo did to the ocean, because maybe I should be freaking out. But, like, as far as I can tell here, this is just fine. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, just outside of view distance. Why don't we hop on down this way and see what he has going for us? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, I heard that he had put a bunch of... Oh no, I'm not going to make that jump. Oh yeah, I am. Boom. Never stop believing in yourself. Also, maybe look before you leap. Also, if you've already leapt, commit to that. But anyway, so it looks like he's just filling in the bottom of the ocean like it's some sort of amazing sky ceiling, and there are pinprick stars all throughout it. Squid, you're getting in my way. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about here. This is awesome. Okay. Yeah, if he wants to expand this toward my base, I will not be complaining about it, because this is ludicrously sweet. This is the best, period. Wow. Man, Mumbo's always up in his game. I gotta up my game. I gotta go back here and build the most unstable stable I've ever built. At least these walls here are starting to come in, so, I'm not just constantly being a drag on the server visually, but we gotta get through and get things done. So, here we go, back toward our base so we can get our unstable stable underway. For those of you who are not familiar with the concept of the unstable stable, this is something I did back on Hermitcraft 1 many, many years ago, where I decided to build a stable out of only gravity blocks, with the exception of fence gates, because that's the only good way to hold the horses in. You could technically use pistons, but those aren't gravity blocks either. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is add to Red Sky Bay a beautiful stable, maybe stock it with some hay. Also not a gravity block, but in terms of decorations, the horses won't say nay to them, so I should get on my way to them. I'm gonna head this way. There's my terrible stable. My last episode was called Stability is Not Equivalent to Goodness, because you know what? This is a stable, and it's not gonna fall over. It's not easily knocked down. It's made of stone and bountiful, plentiful, sturdy wood. But you know what? It is not a good stable. This is unacceptable. We must strive to do better. So I've cleared out a little space here for our Unstable Stable 2.0, and this time I can actually use earth tones in the form of this cocoa concrete powder, which is very coarse, of course. Now, we've got some signs here. I think the easiest way to do this, if you want to start with one central failure point, you really kind of have to set up one torch or so, like down here, and then kind of come up a little bit, and then go outward, right? So we're going to have a sign here. Dang it. Can't put signs apparently on top of yourself. But then we kind of come out this way. Done, 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 dun dun dun. So, not too bad. So now at this point we are trapped by our own creation, much like the characters in some sort of Frankenstein novel. But oh, hey, speaking of books, so for Christmas my wife ordered me a Kickstarter book. Well, she submitted the funds for a Kickstarter for a book that I wanted by Evan Dahm, who is one of my favorite illustrators. He was doing an illustrated version of Moby Dick, and he is so amazing at drawing. Even though I knew the book wouldn't ship for months, I was like, yeah, no, that's the best Christmas present. Go ahead and get it for me. So she goes ahead and orders this book, and I was thinking, like, man, this is taking a while. But it ended up actually arriving, like, a while ago. But she was hiding it until my birthday, because she thought it would be funny to give me my Christmas gift on my birthday. And in fairness, we are getting the PAX tickets for January as my birthday gift this year, so we're just going to be off by a little bit. That's fine, whatever. So I thought, okay, that's cool. Thanks for getting the book. But we also then went to a marina-themed restaurant for dinner, and then when we came back after dinner, she had prepared a whale cake and drinks that were actually from some sort of like literary drink-making cocktail book. And the drink was called a Moby Dick, and she had cocktail stirrer skewers and gummy whales that would go in the drink. She thought way too much about this, but it was awesome. So, where was I? Got to figure this out. So, we've got foundation here. Let's go ahead and put some torches on here just to have them. I don't want baby zombies being able to just jump up into here, but I can actually have like a torch wall on these sides because that's too high up for baby zombies, and there's no way for spiders to get to there as far as I can tell because of the signs. So we're going to go ahead and put corners on like this, but then we can have these come across like so. Isn't that awesome? See, you just don't get this with other building materials. Uh-oh. Now we're down to just gravel and light gray concrete powder. So actually, maybe what I want to do, so if I'm going to use the brown for the ground, which is good because brown, ground, they kind of rhyme, maybe I should use the light gray for the cross beams here or something. And does the stable really need a roof? Technically, no. But you know what? Horses do like not being cold. And, you know, this horse is going to get chilled to the bone out here. So let's go ahead and we'll set up some cross beams. See, this is actually nice because the concrete powder blends in really nicely with the other structures in the area, like that giant wall or this concrete bunker. But, okay, so I'm kind of thinking maybe at this point I should pull out a different color concrete powder too. I've got black and I've got just gravel itself. I don't know if I want to mix gravel with this. I feel like that might be a little much, but whoops. Now this wall I do want to actually have. No, I don't think baby zombies could climb up that. So, there we go. I'll go ahead and remove these 4. They are now worthless. They do nothing. Okay. And then in order to get the actual horse into here, we will need to have a real fence gate type solution. So, let's go ahead and take our fence gates here, put them in place. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know if it's good yet. But you know what? It doesn't have to be good. It has to be incredible. Oh, yeah, and you know what else? Horses can jump out of things this low. So let's go ahead and set these up. Whoops. Probably not like that. But maybe a little bit more like this. And, of course, oh, you know what's great for these sort of builds? Is ladders. You know what? I didn't bring any of ladders. Can I parkour this? Let's find out. Nope. Cannot. Okay. Cool. Next question. So one thing that makes the book Moby Dick so interesting is the author kind of will just talk for ludicrous amounts of time about any background information he thinks people should have to understand the story. And this is a lot kind of like reading Wikipedia. Like if you ever got bored and read Wikipedia, you'll start going on one article, and then you'll start reading something else, and then you start reading something else. Like, he's got this entire chapter where he's just like, oh, hey, uh-oh, I'm out of coal. Dang it. But yeah, he's got this whole chapter where he's just like, you know, okay, then we had to, the lookouts would climb the masts to go look for whales. And then I'm going to talk to you about the invention of the crow's nest and all of the features that different kinds of crow's nests can have, and the patents on crow's nests, and the inventor of the crow's nest. And then at the end of the chapter, he's like, but our ship didn't have any of that. There's just like pegs in the mast that you put your feet in, or on, and then you stood there while holding onto a rope for hours at a time. It's just like, well, that's pretty funny, but, you know, you don't really need all that to understand how whaling works. But I guess it's kind of one of those things where it's like people see these crow's nests on ships and they think, oh, well, a whaling ship would have those. But he says, nope, not necessarily the case. And he goes on and he's like, oh, hey, here's another system for classifying whales, because there's already multiple competing systems, and I think they're all terrible in different ways. And he just explains his own, like, taxonomical system for whale classification, which is kind of weird, but, like, and if you're really just like, wait, what happens next in the story? I just want to hear about the story. It's like, this is kind of part of the story. It's kind of, like, knowing about how this stuff actually functions does matter, but let's see. Actually, I'm not going to have a row over here, will I? I don't know if this looks unstable enough. Like, this looks like it might actually stay up for a while. Probably should have had that be more lopsided, so it would feel like I could collapse at any moment better. Huh. Oh, other birthday things. People were kind enough to send some of the items on my Amazon wishlist to me, so thank you to everybody who did so. I've got a new microphone stand I'm trying out today, which is hopefully going to result in some better audio, because since I moved to the studio, my old microphone stand doesn't really reach around the table from the way I had it set up optimally. So, been kind of reaching and leaning, and I feel like I could possibly get some better audio out of the way I've got it set up now, assuming I didn't forget something while I set it up. But we'll find that out in post-production. That's what it's for. Yay. Okay, so, in a lot of ways, these two stables are very similar. But in another way, this stable is better because it's a terrifying tiny prison for this horse. He loves it already. Look at how excited he is. He's dancing. Yeah, he's pretty pumped about this place. So I'm going to hop out here. Okay, there you go. What do you think? Massive high-quality improvement. Let's go ahead and tear this thing down while we're at it.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
Goodbye, stable. Your stability undermined you. You were such a rigid structure, you could not inspire the imagination. You could not lead us into a new era of horse-based containment, you know? Like, people who trap ghosts for a living. You know what they don't put ghosts in anymore? Pendants, lockets, chests. You know what they use? Proton packs and high-energy nuclear containment vessels, you know? You gotta stick with the times. You might have been a good way for somebody to put a horse in a place, to pen a horse back in the day. But you know what? Your time has passed. Goodbye, stable. Welcome to the ever-changing future. It's got a weird look to it. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is terrifying. This is what everything is marching toward. And I want to be on the inside. So, anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.